Good evening. My name is Ose. Tonight I am playing Farm Sim 17 on Lawfolds, Aberdeenshire map. And all our animals are desperate for water. I got you some water. Now the sheep don't say that they're desperate for water, because they're still about 30%, but cows and pigs definitely needing water. Especially now we're in summer. The water requirements have gone up. Dude, don't walk through my tractor. Takes a lot of power on that. It feels a little overweight to me. It's a lot easier to move around in the yard. Oops. Than the trailer is. And it provides a counterbalance to bales on the front too. Why is using up the power? Seems like this tank has a constant drain on power. I might actually turn the real fuel usage off for this tractor. Because we shouldn't be running at seriously high power there. Switch to the tractor, help mode, disable realistic fuel, left control and T. Oh, while the motor is running. Okay, well we'll wait until we've unloaded the water. We'll turn the engine off. Also clips the rear tyres as well. Yeah, something definitely wrong with that mod. So, we turn that off. I may get rid of this and find something different. It does cost us money to fill from these things. I may just have to go back to the regular in-game barrel. So how are the sheep doing? We're nearly full. Plus the sheep actually do need a lot of water. During the summer at least. Okay, that should be sufficient. There we go. Back you go. We cannot get out. There's another option, I think. Cars. Did I load it? No, I didn't. We went for the universal tanks. And we got that one. It's 20 horsepower, 2,000 litres. It should not be eating that much engine power. That's a fuel tank, that's a semi-trailer. That's a truck. Takes 50,000 litres. I am going to save. Yes. Quit. Yes. Select a new mod. Nope. Back. Career. Lawfolds. Now. Have so many, that's the problem. Oh, that's the pack I can use to get rid of snow. I'm not so worried about that now. Believe that one. Okay. Okay. Now let's check the trucks. I believe it's that one. Auto-load script and the option to fit sports parts and the able to flatbed tanker. And so I want that one. I'll take a trailer hitch. Just a regular V6. What colour should we go with? That colour. Wheel setup. That. That's the colour already. Interior stock, sport, auto stock, design standard, and IC. Here we are on IC. I'll just go with that. What does IC give me? No idea. We'll go. I'll go with that. I'll go darker rims. Okay, 34,000. We buy that. We go back, and now we need to find the tanker. That there. I'll do that. Yes, back. Garage. We will sell that water tank off the back of that tractor. Assuming I can find it. Come on. I have. Oh, there it is. Sell. Okay. Oh, let's turn Control T. Oh, try that again. Enable realistic fuel. Left Control T. There we go. Okay. And that's a lot better, and I'm not using up all my power. Just sitting there. Okay, so, oops, turn that off. Oh. Function junction belt stuff, mirrors locked, table IC. Shift. Mirrors locked. Oh, a little bit flighty that. Okay. Fasten tension belts. Okay, maybe I didn't want the plus I see. I'm guessing that's the things around the edge. Well, learn something new. Customize. Standard. No. Okay. Oh, remove right rack. There we go. Ah. Okay, let's enable IC then. Customize. Remove rear rack. Thank you. And remove this side rack. Whoops. And jump in the truck. Very, very sensitive. And there we go. We can turn the help tank off now. Shift. Go back to the main farm and give the pigs a drink. Everybody's thirsty. Oh. This is more than 2,000. 3,000, nice. Okay. That's food, next one's drink. Oh, and this one bees it out the back too. I honestly don't know how the goals are coming. The issue is that it doesn't tell you, it just tells you you haven't achieved your goals yet. Now I am guessing I need about 3 more cows. And it's not telling me how many. Oh yes it is, I've got 127 pigs. I may be down to just needing 3 more pigs too. This is not a bad little mod. There we go. Oh, so you've got a little counter on the back. At least attempt to get it into the trough. There we go. So that's kind of cool. Digital counter on the back. Didn't realise that was there. It does. Let me see. Oh, hold up, hold up, hold up. Stop, stop, stop. I need to get out of a vehicle before I try that. Okay, mic's actually at full, so check the gain. That's volume for headphones. Check. Check. Okay, that's quiet. Check. Check. Okay. That's back on mute again. So that's as loud as it'll go. Back. Get in. Back up. Oh. Didn't finish emptying it. Maximum capacity to feed the animals. Yay! Piggies. Crop is looking very close to being ready, which is a bit of a problem because we're not supposed to be able to harvest that until the end of summer. Ooh. As I said, this vehicle little flighty. That's also a thing, yes. I had to move the microphone off to one side so that the steering wheel wasn't quite so loud, because initially I had the steering wheel between my face and the microphone. And that causes issues. There we go. Yeah. I know you need a lot of water. Hey 44 Magnum, how you doing? I'm doing fine. We had the kids over last night and this morning, but then one of them started feeling sickly, so they went home early. And that's empty now. Okay. We had, what did we have? Spaghetti today. And then the kids went home, so quiet house again. Played a bit of American Truck Sim this morning on solo mode, not streaming, because I had to be able to pause and everything. Yeah, she needs to get her sleep cycle settled. I've had issues in the past. I had a shoulder injury from when I rode a motorcycle, and it still gives me grief, such that there are times where I can't get a good night's sleep, and that is a total nightmare. Because you go to sleep when you're tired, but then you wake up when the pain hits you, and then you're just not quite tired enough to go back to sleep. And I ended up so exhausted. My wife was driving me around for about 6 months at one point. Because I drive myself to work and I didn't know how I got there. Yeah. I mean, my thing is the shoulder flares up from time to time, and because it was my left shoulder that was injured, I've strongly favoured my right shoulder, and now I'm getting old, so the shoulder's getting kind of troublesome with age. And because I've strongly favoured my right shoulder, that's getting troublesome with age too. We're close to done for the cows on water. I'm not gonna... Oh, I don't need to bother with any more. Oops. Let's drive back to the sheep farm via the scenic route. Somewhere over here, there's an exit. Yay. Whoa, we went airborne. Unfortunately, many of these trees are actually images, they're not real trees. You can drive straight through them, but not all of them. road is longer than I thought it was. And that's the exit. Woo! Good brakes. Ooh. Okay, so pigs need food, cows need food. Oh, overtake on a blind corner on a left drive car. Woo! Yes, I have driven with a guy who drove like this in a Porsche 911. And it's frightfully scary driving down lanes like this at 60 miles an hour when you know he can't see what's coming the other way. Still, being in a Porsche 911. Read the chat when I get to the sheep farm. Oh, I'll be you. There's a garage, so let's park it in front of that. A little bit further. There. We have a utility vehicle there, so what's going on? I'm just having fun. I'm not sure whether I'll try out a UK map in 19. At the moment, the only one that I know of that's coming is Oxygen David's Marwell Manor. I'll have to take a closer look at it, but I'm not entirely convinced by it, shall we say. Doesn't feel quite right for my style of play. I will probably play Old Stream Farm again. And what's the other map I liked the look of? Oh, there's an American map called Rolling Hills from DR Modding on Facebook, and he released a 0.1 version of it just before Christmas. So it has the buildings he intends to be there, but it does not. None of the buildings have doors, so he couldn't get the doors working before he did the early release. He's currently working on a 0.2 release, which will have doors on all the buildings and stuff like that, and more sell points and more functionality. And eventually, I don't know whether he's going to submit it to Giants or not, but it does. It's a very American feel to the map, and I might give that one a go. So what do we need now? We need power food for the cows. We can do that. Let's get back in the purple Valtra. Everybody needs a purple Valtra. It has big fields. They're not entirely square. They have some drainage ditches along the side and stuff like that. Why is there... Oh, did I not make a good mix last time? Okay. I need to watch that. Let's bring up the help. So that looks like hay. Straw even. Unload. We now have hay. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. Let's do enable automatic loading. 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3. There we go. Unload. Oh, I don't know what unload is. There we go. Got that. Back up a bit. Go get the bucket. So yeah, the Rolling Hills I don't believe is a huge map. It's just a standard 1x map. But the fields do feel big. Careful when turning with a bucket at high altitude. Okay, that's tipped. Yeah, before I played this farm, I never used the Valtra S. I'd use the N because it made a good starting tractor. The S has the advantage you can use the FC60 front loader arms, which have slightly higher clearance. Definite improvement for logging and the likes. Oh. Come on. Okay, we'll do that. And we'll fill that bucket up again, because that wasn't 8,000 litres. I'm using the quick look mod, which allows me to push arrow keys, or I've remapped a couple of buttons on my steering wheel to adjust the view angle on the vehicle I'm driving. So that should be sufficient. There we go. Oops. One of the mods I really miss about not being in 19 yet. Okay. We have 22,000 litres, and is that mix ratio 36%, hay 45%, silage 18%, straw. That works. Back up. So I'm guessing I got a bad mix in the bucket last time, which is why we ended up with 4,000 straw at the bottom, because it just dumped out our silage and our hay. Plus, and until yesterday, we were completely out of hay at this farm. How are we doing with this? Yeah, we've overloaded the silage and hay bar. And that's empty. We now have 12,000, so we need another load in there. No. Trailer. Thank you. Bucket there. Get the forks. So yeah, last week field 1, which is directly in front of us, we cut that and dumped a whole host of hay in here. Switched off and on again. 5 and 3. Oh. There we go. Tip that back. Do have weights on the rear wheels. They don't seem to be as effective as they could be. Okay. Now, I want to be very, very careful and only take one straw bale. think is... Oh no, we have two. Okay. Be very, very careful and only take one straw bale. Click and back up. Because two would mess the mix up. This bucket, or the mixer, is bigger than a standard 22,000 litres. So typically I would run 1 straw, 2 hay, 2 silage bales. Now that I'm running loose silage, I have to guess. So you put the 1 straw, the 1 hay, and then you overload it with silage. About 6,000 litres of it, I believe. For 22, yeah. Come on, back up. Thank you. And I was going to hold off until at least pre-release version 2 on Rolling Hills, although I may consider doing something like an early look either tomorrow or following week Sunday. Although this week, I must admit, I haven't heard the latest from Arthur about whether he's going to do the multiplayer farm tomorrow, whether he's still taking time off. But next week, I believe the plans are for Trucking Simulator to be on one day in the weekend. Okay, how does that look for 6,000? It doesn't. We have space for more. Okay, that's full. There we go. Now it's full. This would also be a job that would be easier with 2 tractors. On Old Stream Farm, I did all of my mixing loose material, straw, hay, and silage. So I'd have a tractor attached to the mixer, and then load with a front loader. Kind of a crazy thing to have on Old Stream because it's a tiny farm. Having a big front loader is a wheel loader. It's a little bit over the top, I think. But I also needed something big to move the silage around. Well, Arthur and Simone, I honestly don't know. Oh, that's a pain. Can I unload the bucket here? before. Unload on the trailer. Get the bucket out of the way so I can see. Thank you. Disconnect. Okay, I'll put the bucket back over here. I do have a weight back there, back when I had the Massey Ferguson down at this farm. Can't see. You are good, and turn you off. Now I want to go to the Massey Ferguson. That one there. And we have the forks on the front. And pallet forks, that's good enough. Don't need water. Do need beets, and that would be right here. Why don't we want to go? Oh, because I drove too far over, that's why. Okay. What does that say? Hi Johnny, how you doing? As far as I'm aware with Arthur and Simone, he's planning to get her a PC so that she can stream Farm Sim 19 with him. I'm guessing that unloaded and I didn't notice. Yep. Yep. My first harvest of beets, I crated up about 5% of it. Still works out at about 30 crates. Stuck them in a barn up on the main farm so that I could feed my pigs. And crates of beets take up less room than piles of beets. Oh, come off. Oh. Great. There we go. That's not entirely what I had planned. Oh, come on. And now I've stabbed the bucket. It will come off. guess I've got... Yeah, that's not good. Oh, get off it. Yes. And push it back in the corner. There we go. Okay, hitch them up. I have, well, I think I've probably made about 25 bucks, but they only pay out when you hit 100 or more in a given month. Or they just hold on to it until you get to 100 and then they'll send you 100 bucks when you get there. But it's something that will take time. And yeah, one of the early things I figured was just turning up and streaming when you feel like it doesn't work too well. You really need to... You really need to have a schedule, which is why I say I'm streaming Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday evenings and Saturday mornings generally. When we have the kids in town, Friday evenings can be difficult and Saturday mornings can be difficult. It doesn't take much to become an affiliate. Well, that finished rather quick. Yeah, we need more barley. Yes. I mean, I would say I've been streaming since mid-September, I guess. Probably my best stream, or my most popular stream, was New Year's Eve morning, where I streamed American Truck Simulator, and I ended up with about 40 viewers, and a lot of them were people I'd never seen before. Some of them were truckers, and I got the various comments of this guy doesn't know how to reverse a truck. And others saying, I drive a truck for a living, I don't know why I'm sitting here on New Year's Eve watching somebody drive a virtual truck. But hey, it was fun. There was a lot of conversation going on, so... Oh, great demand for wool. Yes, wool, woo. I need to sell some wool. Means I need to get a truck out. Oops. Now, in general, I don't get a lot of people watching my streams. I average somewhere between 3 and 4, but that's for the length of time I'm streaming. So if I'm there is the potential that I might have 3 or 4 per hour, but canola or soybeans? Let's do the canola. Oh. Shoot. No, I didn't need that much in there. But that's okay for now. I'm also kind of competing with Arthur for his viewership as well, and we're generally streaming approximately the same time. So I'll admit I'm going to lose a lot of viewers to him. I did, because I'm a Twitch Prime, I'm Amazon Prime, so Amazon linked to my Twitch account, so I'm Twitch Prime. It does save all my videos, or all my streams, for 60 days. And just before the 60 days expired on the first videos I recorded, or streams I recorded, I transferred all of them to YouTube. And on YouTube I don't have as many followers, but I do have I have a larger viewership on World of Warships than I do on any of my other streams. Now, one thing I've noticed, there's a guy who he's a full-time streamer. He streams 8 hours every day of the week, and he works his way through different games. And he transfers everything... 70,000. He transfers everything to YouTube, but he does it in half-hour blocks. So he'll record a morning, 4 hours of one game, and then an afternoon, another 4 hours of a different game. But then he just transfers 30 minutes at a time up to YouTube. So the YouTube videos are 30 minutes, and I'm kind of... Yeah, when I look at a YouTube video, I'll watch something up to an hour, but I have to have time for it. Half-hour video I can fit in while I'm sitting around, having breakfast or whatever. And so I'm thinking maybe I should consider, for my farm sim videos, maybe splitting them into half-hour chunks and throwing them up to YouTube. They may get a better viewership. But then YouTube is a different animal when it comes to monetization. I think Twitch is probably easier. Much like games, you have achievements in Twitch, and you have to do a certain amount of stuff. Why am I taking the trailer up here? I don't know. For example, I think to become an affiliate you need about 50 followers. Stream for a set number of hours and average 3 viewers an hour. Well, averaging three viewers an hour actually turned out to be surprisingly easy. I think because I shared viewership with Arthur, and so when he wasn't around, people would come and watch me. Getting 50 followers, that was tricky. That took time. But I'd figured that if I have a schedule to run, then people will turn up and watch, and the schedule is in the panels below the view screen, or if you're watching on Twitch PC, and it tells you when I'm planning to be broadcasting. So by having that, I think people will turn up and watch, and you're also more likely to show up on a random search. Well, I think Warships has a more general viewership, if you like. people will look for good games of World of Warships on YouTube. When it comes to viewership and Twitch, I think the community contributors tend to have a more established following, and that's something I'm not going to break into for quite some time. Again, with my 3 average viewers an hour. Okay, we're done with that. I think animals are all good, and we had a great demand for wool. Let's figure out where that is. Great demand for wool, A&M Farm Supplies. That's the main store. Oh yeah, of course that's the main store. That's the only place you can take wool. So we'll take the blue truck. See, I'm running my system on a 1080, GTX 1080. And it works quite well for this. My previous PC would struggle with some games. I doubt it could have played Farm Sim at all, 19. It struggled with this map because of all the stuff, like, you know, there's a harvester in the grass there, there's a conveyor on the right along with a couple of sheds, broken trailer there, a hut on the left. The racks in that garage there were full of seed and fertilizer, and when I started playing this on my old PC, you could not look directly at the farm without it seriously grinding graphics wise. Driving down this, not a problem, but as soon as you had anything seriously, as soon as you had a lot of stuff that needed to be plotted, it just slowed down something chronic. The workshops all have equipment inside to make them look like real workshops, but that's, each one is an asset which graphically has to be tracked and plotted. This PC does not have a problem with that. My previous one did. As for trying to stream or record, forget it. It couldn't do everything. So once I got this PC, I found, streaming on this was very, very simple. And as far as graphics goes, I figure I've probably got about 2-3 years on this graphics card before I start playing games that start to stretch it in any way. But even then, maybe playing at medium graphic settings would still work and allow me to stream. Okay. In here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that might be all I can carry. Let's have a look. Help. Pallets. Okay. Bing. Unload. No. Unload center. F10 unload. There we go. We're unloaded on the deck and strapped down. So we're going to have to come back for the wall. Now I do have a tractor here, and I do have pallet forks, so theoretically I could have moved those myself, but watching me load pallets on the back of a truck. I don't know, it might be entertaining because I might have issues with Farm Sim 17 physics. I have found with 19, scooping up pallets generally is a lot easier. If you screw up the pickup, dropping them becomes difficult. But if you pick them up right, getting them off the forks is very, very straightforward. And you don't want to be doing what I was doing with that pallet of beets, which is tipping your fork straight down and then trying to shake it loose. That does not work well in Farm Sim 19 at all. You put the pallet on the ground, you tip the front of the fork up slightly, and then just reverse the tractor out of it. And that pretty much works every time, so long as you slipped the forks into the pallet correctly when you pick them up. I do like this truck set. It's the AR frame truck and frames from formerly GTX Modding. I believe they're now part of LS Modding Company because their programmer quit. And the last thing they did was release this set on the Mod Hub for Farm Sim 17. Yes, of course, you won't sell at the hay sell point, straw sell point. Let's try and sell it at the wool sell point, which is over here. And there we go, lots of money. And for a map like this, it works very well because the roads are so narrow. Driving a full-size big rig is kind of tricky. He's gone. We're still selling. Wow, this is a lot of money. Makes up for the cost of the flatbed pickup and the water tank we bought for ourselves this morning. 99,000. I did wonder. Wool. Tomorrow is peak day for wool, but even that's only 6.9. And I believe, weren't we getting about 8.2? Yeah, definitely a good choice to sell the wool today. I did in my early attempt at this farm. I bought a 32-foot flatbed trailer that I could haul behind a tractor, and such a problem getting it round the corners. I actually rolled it at one junction and had traffic queued in 3 directions, and trying to pick up bales from everywhere. Because I'd rolled the trailer, I had to drop the bales off it in order to get it upright, and then I had to try and put them all back on the back of the trailer. Oh, forget that. So you need shorter wheelbase vehicles on this, and a truck this size is quite useful. Now, I mean, they do dedicated tipper trucks and tankers, but then you need a truck for every job, and with this set I need a truck. Actually, I've got 2 trucks because I tend to have, or at times I have 2 jobs running at the same time. But then I can load one up with flatbed or a tipper. I have an auger wagon with seed, an auger wagon with solid fertilizer, a tank with liquid fertilizer, a couple of tanks for slurry. So yeah, it's a very versatile system. And we will take all of those, in spite of the fact that one's somewhere between 51 and 75%. It's not 75% because there would be 4 containers on it, or 4 bales on it. Okay, strap that down. Take this one to the store too. So I'm not going to waste wool at that price. It's already 3:30 in the afternoon. Oops. The truck itself comes with a small agricultural engine and a larger 500 horsepower engine. I got the 500 horsepower engine. Also has a PTO shaft at the back somewhere, and another one on the front. So I can run agricultural equipment on it, although generally not. And they come with a set of trailers, much like the IT Runner trailers, that allows you to put a frame on the back of the trailer too. So I can run a truck and trailer pairing. Tell you what, these fields, great demand for soybeans, yay. I have some of those, and I think it's time to sell soybeans. Should have to look. Pop that in there, turn the straps off. That one. So, soybean, let's do Alt-S, soybeans. Soybeans will be a good price in a couple of days, averaging about $14.50. That's the price of soybeans. Oh! I think we need to sell some soybeans. Highland Grains. I think. Yeah, that's the one over there near the BGA. Another 42,000 in wool. Yay. Whoa. start to make a lot of money. So we're done at the sheep farm. Impressed. I wasn't expecting to do much today. It seems I'm going to be selling a lot of stuff. That's why I pushed the time lapse up to 15 times speed, because feed the animals and then get on with tomorrow. I'll drop it back down to 5 times because we need to get to Highland Grains with possibly 2 loads. Well, I'm playing Truck Sim too much. There is no gears on this. I think it takes slightly longer than 10 seconds to drop a frame onto the back of a truck, but not significant amount of time. I used to work with a company that used this style of vehicle for warehouse deliveries. So you would have a container pod, just reverse underneath it, pick it up and drive off. When you got back to the warehouse, you drop the container pod at a loading bay and go and pick up a full one. Let's go. Okay, what happened? Oh, I completely missed. Okay, we can fix that. There we go. So I'll pull forward a bit. We will select the pod and drive forwards. Oh, it appears to be. Oh, we have to go much further forward. There we go. Select the trailer, drop that, and go get the other tipper. Now, the tippers offered with this pack, these are, I don't think they're the smallest, but they're pretty small. They're only 21,000 litres, but they are the only tipper that comes with a cover. And since I do use them predominantly for unloading harvesters in the field, I kind of need the ability to have a cover, because it rains a lot, especially during harvest season. So, soybeans. Let's load this thing up. Okay. Should we try that again? There we go. Let's go sell some soybeans. I still haven't looked at the status of the crop yet. Maybe I'll do that when we're unloading. The other downside of this system is that because you have an attachment above the wheelbase, it does create slightly top heavy situation, so it's very easy to tip these trucks and trailers, or much easier than a regular tipper would be. Kind of have to be careful when they're running full. When they're empty, not so much of a problem. Tip side left. Also tip side left, okay. Because I'm running in tandem, I can't do a tip side back on the front, so it's easier to have everything tipping to a side, so I can just put it alongside the tip area. I do the same for the Brantner I'm using to feed the pigs. So this is 40, another trailer load will be 40. I'll probably just do 2 runs on this. Keep about 10,000 in reserve just in case I decide to feed the pigs some. I might get a great demand for canola, which means I'll want to sell that. And at least have some either soybeans or canola for the pigs. Typically I don't grow sunflowers on this farm, or I haven't grown any sunflowers on this farm because it's a Scottish farm and sunflowers kind of need sun and warmth, and the growing season for sunflowers is too short. So it's not a traditional crop. Barley is a traditional crop. I always have at least 1, if not 2 or 3 fields growing barley, because it's great for distillers. I also tend to grow wheat as well, just because barley doesn't hold it as good a price as wheat does on this map. Although, you know, seed use and yield, they're exactly the same. Obviously I grow canola and what's the other stuff? Soybeans, although they're not as popular as barley generally. And I've just started growing corn, sort of the year I bought the pigs, or decided to buy the pigs, I started growing corn now. Corn is traditionally also not grown in Scotland. However, Um, there are 2 farms in Scotland that started growing corn about 2 or 3 years ago, I think. And it's grown as animal feed, not as not for human consumption. So mine, I've harvested some as pig food, and all of the rest that I've produced I've just foraged for silage, which is what the cows are now eating. Though some of that silage is grass silage. As one of the deficiencies of this farm, the cow farm only has 1 silage bunker, which now means that because the current one is full, I can't do anything with the I can't start making a new batch until the current batch is gone. Now, ordinarily, once I've filled a bunker, I'd cover it over and use that as the current silage crop and start a second bunker. So the first couple of years, what I was doing was I was filling the silage bunker with grass. I'd go out with a mower and a collection wagon, collect grass, fill up the collection wagon, give as much grass as the cows needed, and then I'd dump the rest in the silage bunker. And at the end of the year, I'd cover it over, usually take it down to the BGA and sell it, since I was making silage bales and the cows can eat those. But as soon as I decided to do a corn silage, you can't bale that up and wrap it, so I had to use the bunker at the farm. So now I don't have an option for unloading the loading wagon when I load it with grass for their daily feed. So Farm Sim 19, if you're making a cow farm, don't bother with a single bunker. Always get a double bunker. That way you can be using one while you're loading the next one up. And as the first one gets to the point where, okay, I'm about to exhaust all of this, you cover the second bunker over and let that start brewing for a day while you empty out the first one. But then as soon as that's happened, you're able to use the first bunker to start unloading grass and forage into. And you don't have to do it all in one day. Oh, I was going to check on the crop. Okay. Right, let's check the map crop status while we're loading this up. Soybeans. Start that. Okay. No, in spite of the fact they look ready, they're not ready. And I probably have to wait till summer day 3 before I can fertilize those again. Okay. Okay, so that leaves me 9,000 left. Let's check that. Yeah, 9,800, so it's all in this yard. We got a lot of money. This is day 1 of summer, so 4 more days before I should be starting to harvest. I think all of my fields except soy and corn will be ready on the 5th day of summer, because I planted most of them in the fall. Going to get lucky and get another great demand before the sun sets. The other thing I need to do is transfer all the silage bales out. Do-do-do-do. So another 80,000 worth of crop. 630. I don't think I've had 630 pounds in this game yet. Tip 44, so 89,000, close enough. So I may put the flatbeds on this preparation for tomorrow, because I'm going to have to move silage bales. Go truck, go. Okay, legal speed limit on these lanes, 60 miles an hour, unless otherwise indicated. Okay. Well, put this here. Clean that off. Clean that off. Okay, I need to drop the rear tipper. We'll drive down this way a little. Stop there and drop the trailer. We'll go and put this one away. And this the indicator? Yes. Oh. Okay, put that one away. Didn't like that. Okay. There we go. Close enough. Hitch up. So what do we want on these? We are going to want these set up for square bales. And that's already set. So Turn the hot desk off. Excellent. No, I didn't turn the engine off. Turn the engine off. Okay, 10 to 7. Another day is done. Animals. Okay, we have 129 pigs, potentially 5 hours we could hit the 6 hours we could hit the achievement. Cows 68. I think I need 2 more, which means in 9 hours plus another 19 hours, so 28 hours cows will be done too, potentially. I don't know for definite. So somebody needs to cut this grass. Anyway, let's speed up time and I'll skip the night. Oh, hey JWoww, how you doing? Yes, I'm still playing Farm Sim 19. Slow that down. But the aim of the game at this point is to get the cow breeding achievement and the pig breeding achievement completed. I also didn't check the number of eggs we've got on the ground. 22. Jump over to the chickens. Visit. Oh. Yes, I am so happy that chicken eggs now come in boxes. Although Old Stream Farm was good in that they all laid their eggs in the corner of the shed. You didn't have to go and hunt for them. How are we doing? There's 6 left on the ground. Because when it snows on this map, yeah, can't find them for anything. It's not an egg. There's some. 1, 2, 3, 4. Missed one. 5. Okay, that wasn't one. That was all of them. Okay. Skip the night. Do I want to wake up at 4:47 in the morning? Absolutely not. 6 is fine. Okay. We have achievement unlocked. Piggies. Yay. And the milk usage has gone way down. Oops. And there's a lot of eggs on the floor again, so we'll pick those up again. Some more. How many more eggs on the floor? 3. There's one. There's another one. One left. down there. Bing, done. So that was all the eggs done. We have bred 150. No, we have bred 50 pigs in one save. And the question is do we need 17 more hours? And one more cow in order to get the cow achievement done. After which I'll probably see this year out. Come on. Weird. Okay. There we go. And this truck can actually carry more round bales than it carries square bales. I'm going to have to run round open all the gates. Oh, there's another pile here. Oh, I left that gate open. However, I did not. Yay. Oh, this is where I bought all my grass. That's where I'm going to have to bring all my spare unload. No, I don't want to unload centre. Unload right, unload back, unload left. Thank you. Unload left. Forward there, so slightly, and drop it there. is already 56% full. Bar. Suicide run across the middle. State of the fields. I did not check. Yeah, still not ready. Okay. If I get a chance to harvest the fields in summer, I'm going to be able to get the digestate out of those tanks earlier. Still have time to put more silage in. I've never... probably the first season, spring, summer, of the first year, I was using silage as an income source. But after we got past that, my primary goal of having them using silage is in order to fertilise the fields for free, because I have a lot of fields. And there's a truck. Woo! And the money's nice, but the digestate is better. Especially with the amount of wool and other crops that we're selling. Let's put these alongside. There we go. Move forward a bit. Oops. Yeah, that's a mess. Oh well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. Shipping 24 at a time. So 2 more trips potentially should empty that field. Clunk. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, stay upright. I can get away with driving quickly because I haven't unloaded the bales onto the trailer, so they are images of bales. They have no mass. They're not affecting the handling or the acceleration of the truck in any way. Although if I do something stupid enough to tip an empty truck, it will still roll. Okay. Not that one. Back up. And there we go again. So 16 plus 6 is 22. It'll be too short for full load. Okay, I'm going to call this the last. I'll take the next load out, and that will be the last trip of today. It's coming up on 10 o'clock. And we kind of got a lot done. I pulled 2 from that pile there. Pigs have a lot of manure. I think this map starts panicking, or at least glance mod starts panicking when you get over 75,000 litres of manure. Don't think it worries too much about what's the other stuff. Slurry. 2 more, and the rest of them. Hello. Okay, I'll turn around and crash into them. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 left. So we're looking here. Another overcast day, but no rain in the forecast. So we'll drop this load off, we'll go and load the trailer up. And then I will drive up to the game load-in spot so that next time I start I'll have a truck full of silage bales ready to go. I've still not hit anything going through there, which is quite impressive. And crash, no crash. We're on the front one. Move up, stop, and shift the unload point there. Done. Select the back. Not quite that far out because we need to get it a little straighter. And unload there. So, I think today has been a good result. Whee! our wool for a lot of money. And then we sold a sizable amount of soybeans for quite a significant amount of money. And we've ended the day on about £300,000 more than we started it with. And we got a pickup truck with a water trailer on the back. Which is better than the water tanker we had on the back of the tractor. Which is a shame because I liked that Garand set. Trailers, the multiple different types of trailers are very, very useful. Although I've not really used them much on this farm. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes. Select the front one and put that in load mode. As many of those as we can get to. Okay. Is loaded. And if I park the truck right about here, log in next time, I'll see it. So, let's have a review on the day. Crops are not ready. They're certainly looking to get that way. Still not sure. I'm not sure if there's a darker shade of green. That's light. It's mid. It's dark. It's difficult to tell. I think they're on that last stage of growth. Next stage will be harvest. We've got barley here and here, soybeans here and here, corn here and here. That'll be canola and a wheat field over there. I did plant that field, but it wasn't mine when I planted it. And once I've harvested this field, the plan is to plough all of this and then reseed it as grass so that I can fertilize it and get even greater yield from it. Nothing there. Okay. And the wool market has crashed by a couple of thousand. Anything important there? What on earth is that? I have some things that need serviced I didn't know about. Harvester will be 3 days. Forage will be 5. Land Rover's 5. The yellow truck is 5. Okay. And I think I have one piece of equipment that looks a bit old. Oh yeah, that's the yellow truck. Okay. So we made 283 yesterday. That's from the wool. New vehicles 41,000. Wool 141, milk 14. Harvest income 177. We got 177 from the... Yeah, I suppose we did, because it was 44,000 per tipper load of soybeans. Okay. Animals are good for now. Probably need feeding tomorrow again. 4 eggs in the coop. We drove a lot. It's pretty much all we did was drive a lot. I wanted to jump over to... Okay, yeah, let's jump to there. Okay, since we sold the sheep last night, we've only got 2 bales, 36%. Anyway, I'm going to thank everyone for watching. I need to get some sleep. Next for definite stream is Monday night, 7 o'clock, World of Warships. I have no plans for that right now. I've ranked out with the Gallant. And I've got a Montana. Sold the Iowa. I managed to get that midweek. So, and we'll put that on pause. Save the game. I will say good night to everyone. Have a good week, rest of your weekend. And I might see you tomorrow. I'll definitely see you Monday night if nothing bad happens. Good night.